everything else, I'm going to label it further up because I'm not going to try to get you to identify those two offshoots as they come off. It gets really complicated in there. I can show it to you if you want to come up and see, but overhead it's going to be really hard to see. Thing is, as it goes up, come on, I need to move the superior hand to the the very last offshoot is what? What is that called? So the second offshoot of the cat. Subclavian, the left subclavian. That's the one I didn't, look at this. When they gave me the cat, it was a massive mess. So I'm not doing the left arm in this particular cat. I'm doing the right arm. But it'll be pretty much the same once you get that subclavicle up there. So the subclavicle is just straight, and then subclavicle goes to axillary, goes to brachial. So if it's in the shoulder region on the inside, right in here before you get out into the arm, axillary. So it would be subclavian, axillary, and then brachial, right? Okay. So as you go along, I'll try to dissect that a little bit more, but I'm going to be labeling for the test on the other side, okay? So for the test, as you come up, see if you can see this well enough. This is the right-hand side. So the left-hand side is going here. So there's a blood vessel all the way underneath here that is going to be going someplace. But the rest of this coming up, right here, that's going to be what? If it's right before it goes branching into the neck and the arm. Brachiocephalic is where it goes into the arm and the neck, brachiocephalic. Then right here you see a double split. Split and split. What do those go into? They go all the way up into the neck. See those going up under the neck? So these right here are going to go into the right-hand side and the left-hand side. Those are the common carotids. This will be the left, this will be the right. That's the first set of splits coming directly off of this brachiocephalic artery. After that split, what would it then be called in this main artery? It's no longer going to the head. It's not in the arm. It's subclavian. Okay, so subclavian, it's going up under the clavicle region. This is your clavicle right here across your chest at the top of the superior aspect. So this is subclavicle. Then even further as you go, this is not what you're looking at. This is a vessel that is supplying the chest. So if I have a pin in this, it's none of the things that you had to identify. So it's probably going to be none of the above. Okay, so if it's in something like that, it's probably none of the above. So going along there, you have the subclavicle. Then it goes underneath the veins into the shoulder region. You're in the shoulder region, so you've gone above the clavicle area. This is more clavicle right here. As you haven't quite reached the arm, but you're approaching the arm, what would that be called? Axillary. What are these white things? They could be tendons, but they're probably actually nerves. I'd have to look and see where they're going. But if I had a pin in it, what vessel would it be? None of the above. So if I have a pin in that, it's none of the above because it's not even a blood vessel. That is the key thing you need to know about that. Okay, so you're still, right here's the pink one. And that's the one that you need to know. So right now you're in the shoulder. You're further away from that junction. You're after the junction, but you're much further away. This is where I would pin this subclavicle. This is where brachiocephalic, and I do on either side of this thing. Have I talked about this yet? I haven't talked about this. What is this? That's the trachea. And that has those cartilaginous rings that are really recognizable. You know how in your vacuums you have those rings around the tubes? Why are those rings around the tube? It's not to make it cool and drippy. It's so that when the vacuum sucks, it doesn't go and create that decrease in pressure inside the tube and suck the sides together. Have the same thing in the trachea. So these little cartilaginous rings are actually holding that trachea open, and that allows the air as you suck in and you depress this diaphragm and you create that decrease in pressure in the thoracic cavity, and you suck in, it actually pulls air through that tube, and if you didn't have those cartilaginous rings, it would just go and you couldn't breathe. So those cartilaginous rings are there, and that's what you're going to have your vessels paired on either side of. So the vessels are going to go on either side of that, and then this can expand and contract and everything, but not very far because of these cartilaginous rings. So the cartilaginous rings help to control the size and the shape and everything. All right, so the common carotids are going to be on either side of that. We got into the axillary. Now we're up into the arm itself. Going past the joint. The red one will be brachium. And this will be now the above, and this will be big. Right? So is that it for the arms? Yes. Okay, so now we're down to 8. Renal. Where's that? What's renal associated with? Kidney. Very good. So here are the kidneys. That's the kidney, looks like a kidney bean, and it is in the back wall of the abdominal cavity, and it actually has membranes holding it inside the back wall. So it's not actually inside the abdominal cavity, it's tucked in behind this membrane. So this is the kidney, and it has multiple vessels associated with it. It also has a ureter. Don't get confused with that. Don't think with that. Because if I have a pin in this, what is this? That's none of the above. So that's a none of the above for this test. When you get to the second set of exam, you actually are going to be going through the urinary system, so you're going to need to recognize that at some point. All right. This has a major pinkish red vessel coming into it. That's the renal, okay? And so that's the renal artery. Then going out would be the renal vein. The aorta is running along the back wall. It's a very back posterior deep aspect. See it there? It's running all the way down through the diaphragm area, all the way down, and it keeps going all the way. Just keep going. Go to the test. So it goes all the way down there. It goes all the way down. And see here, it splits into both legs, and then some for the tail. Or for the rear end in the biped. Let's see. A biped. We have a tiny tail, but not very big. Let's see. So as we're coming down under the diaphragm, coming down the aorta, so we have the descending aorta. The descending aorta, this particular region is going to be thoracic, abdominal, and pelvic. So descending aorta in the thoracic, real quick, I didn't show you that. See where I have that number 3? I am above or superior to the diaphragm. I'm in a pink vessel right there. What is this thing though that I'm retracting here? Big. Sometimes it's small. This cat ate a lot right before it died. That's the esophagus. So that's the esophagus going through the diaphragm down down to the stomach and the rest of the digestive system. But that's the esophagus, and it has a lot of food. I mean, they must have given it that food. That was swallowing it. Yeah, anyway. Lacey Bell, that last meal. So this is the descending aorta in the thoracic cavity, because you're just superior to the diaphragm. Down in the abdominal cavity, if I were to pin it right here, what would that be? The abdominal. So the descending aorta, abdominal. So go ahead. That's a weird coloration change. Okay, woo, that makes my eyes look weird. So it goes down all the way through, and then when you get down into the region right before it splits, what would that be called? Pelvic. Okay, so that is going to be, once you get to the split, then it starts being organ. Alright, because then it's not being organ anymore. Then it's actually going to be other major vessels. So there are multiple splits that you need to know off the aorta for the human. One of those is going to go to the diaphragm. So what is the blood vessel that would go to the diaphragm? Remember the nerve? Phrenic. You remember the phrenic nerve innervated the diaphragm. The phrenic artery supplies blood to the diaphragm. So that's up there, and you don't have to know for the cat, because to do that I'd have to cut everything out. And that would be, I'd have to use too many